Hello and welcome back to another video of Factorio. I am Deozaan. Last time we had built production of electric engines and kind of ended on increasing the red chip production and also some steel production. And I had said that I was going to focus on making this purple science or production science. And I was kind of wishy-washy because I had started out the past few episodes saying the focus was robots. And I think that the focus should be robots. So that's what I'm going to work on because they take a long time to make. 20-second each frame, and you will use literally hundreds of robots. So if I can just get them being made, at the very least the frames, then while I'm working on the science, the purple science packs, then that will be good. It will just, it will save a lot of time in the future. So that's my goal. So I need electric engine units. I think what I'm going to do is a similar trick here to only grab the electric engines. And I don't think I need them for really much of anything else besides these robots. I might need them for, I don't know, some power armor or something later on, but for now I don't. Or the exoskeleton or something, but I think those might even use regular engines. Anyway, so where do I want to produce the robot frames? Battery, steel, and circuits. Battery, circuits, steel. So somewhere up here would be fine. In fact, there's circuits right there I could pull off of. Let's see here. So essentially the plan is to have 3 assembling machines arranged something like this. This one will be making the frames, and these 2 will be making the robots. And then once the frames are made, they can just feed directly in like that, maybe. Or I might actually have the frames go into a chest and then have the robots. Yeah. I don't think I want to feed directly in from the frames because it takes so long for the frames to be made. The robots will use them up, and I don't know if the game is smart enough to make sure they get an equal share, like it'll alternate, or if they'll just all go into one and the other one will get essentially nothing. So I'm going to move it over here so this pipe's not in the way. I want for the frames engines, batteries, steel, and green circuits. Okay. Batteries, steel, green circuits, and engines. I think I will have the engines come down here. I'm leaving a space away from the pipe just in case I need to have them go to the right, which probably won't happen, but just in case. It's a little far. think actually, yeah, I think I'm gonna just have those go on there, because this doesn't use the green chips very quickly, so there should be plenty of extra to go on that belt. So now I need a belt of steel and batteries. Coming up here. So this one can feed into it from that side. And this one can feed into it from that side. It seems I neglected to connect the steel there. Okay. And now that I have this done so nicely, I could actually set up 2 of these so that they produce twice as fast. How will that change my plans, though? I was planning on having it feed out into a single chest like that, and then having them grab from the chest like that. But if I have another one of these, then I could have them feed directly in. I think what I'm going to do, because I don't necessarily know which, like there may be a time later on when I just need a ton of construction bots, and I don't need to be making any logistics bots. So if you're new to the game and you don't know, there are 2 different kinds of bots you can use. Construction bots will build or dismantle buildings that you have, like all these ghosts and blueprints that I've been using. The bots will automatically build those for me if they have the materials and if they're within the logistics network, which just means they need to be kind of near a roboport. So they will build and deconstruct buildings or belts and things like that. The logistics bots, on the other hand, they will deal with logistics. So you can build chests that are provider chests or storage chests, or later on I can get some requester chests. So for instance, down here where I've got these belts being made, I can change these into provider chests, the passive provider chests, and then I can set up here saying, hey bots, I would like to have, always make sure that I have at least 300 of these yellow belts in my inventory. And so then the bots, the logistic bots, will come to this chest and grab them and bring them to me so that I don't have to keep running back and forth all the time. The bots will do that for me. So there's 2 different kinds of bots that serve 2 different purposes, and sometimes there may be a sudden demand for a lot of one, but not really much of a demand for the other. So I think it would be beneficial if I just build a ton of the flying robot frames, which is required to make either kind of robot, and have it on hand to be used at whichever one needs it the most. So basically I do want both of these grabbing from a chest, but I want to set up the chest a little bit differently so that both of these will feed into it. let's see here. Just to make things symmetrical. Because humans like patterns. Do something like that. And these don't get made very quickly, so I don't need a fast inserter there. Okay. What's needed here? 1, 2, 1, 3. Well, they take long enough that they don't really need to be, I don't need to be concerned about doing one faster than the other. Okay, logistic bots and construction bots. These are also going to need green chips and red chips. So I think I'll have a line coming up here. Gonna need lots of these eventually, but not right now. Let's go for power armor. That's going to be useful soon. Okay, I don't need that coming up there anymore. Okay, and now these have all they need to make some bots. And I think what I'm going to do is build a huge stockpile of these bots. Maybe. I may regret this later, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm going to, well, let's see, they stack in 50s, and that's 10, so that would be 500. Let's do 1,000. Limit it to 1,000. That seems pretty crazy right now, but later on, it's not so crazy. And I'll get a couple roboports while I'm at it. I should set up some automated roboport production because they take a long time, and I won't really need, like, just having it build them slowly on its own. We'll be able to fill up, you know, a couple stacks in a chest. You don't generally need a whole ton all at once. Sometimes you do, but anyway, the point is, when you need them, they take long enough that you don't want to build them yourself. Steel, gears, and red circuits. Steel, red circuits, gears. Red circuits. Still need steel. And gears. Well, here's gears. Here's red circuits. So I could sneak one in here if I just get some steel down here. Alright, let's figure this out. That will work. Roboport. Did I not connect this? I did not connect this. Okay, so I will put the chest here. And I'll limit that to, I think they stack only in 5s. So this would be 50. Probably don't need 50, but I'll do 25 for now. And it requires a ton of things, so I think I'll get some fast inserter, a fast inserter for the steel. Maybe even a stack inserter. Well, then the steel won't be able to keep up with the iron, because those are not as fast as they could be. Anyway, again, having it build kind of slowly is not really a problem because you don't really need a whole bunch all at once. Except for when you're just starting out, I suppose you might want a whole bunch. So it's important to have, so anything in the green square is the construction area. So this roboport will allow construction robots to build or deconstruct anything within that green area. Anything within the red area, or kind of orangish area in the middle, is the logistics area. So if I have chests in this red area, then the logistics robots can go and grab things from those chests. So this is another reason why I like to keep some space between the bus and when I start building the assembly lines, so that I can link these together. So basically, if the red sections are touching, then these roboports are linked, which means it's the same network. So the robots over here can access the stuff over here if I were to put one down right there, which I kind of prevented myself from doing. That's okay. We can rebuild it faster, better, stronger, more productive. So I'll put that there. That's not going to work. Okay, so put this like this. There. So now we're getting some alerts here saying, hey, we don't have the materials to build some stuff. That's because I have a whole bunch of ghosts. Where do I have all those ghosts? Oh, right, in the construction area, in the green. So they're saying, hey, I see that you want this stuff to be built, but we don't have that stuff. so we can't build it for you. And I also don't have any robots in the network either, so but that's what that beeping is, if you can hear that, and that's what this alert is saying. It's saying, hey, we don't have enough stuff for that. Okay, I think I want to actually I want the requester chests, but that requires production and high-tech science. Well, I can increase the how much they can hold. That'll be useful. Okay. So right now I don't have any bots in the network, and I don't really have much for them to do anyway. I'm going to take all of these bots though and put them in the network. And set that there for now. Okay, so to get the bots actually in the network, they need to be inside a roboport. So now that they're there, these construction bots, they don't have anything to actually build, but they're going to take down these trees that I told them to take. And they don't have anywhere to put them because I haven't made any storage chests. So I like to keep my storage chests with the roboports. I'm going to put the first ones kind of back in the base a bit. Okay, so the storage chests are where the robots will put anything you tell them to deconstruct. The passive provider chests, the robots won't put anything in them, but the logistics bots will take things out of them if you request them, and if they're within the network, which these aren't. They need to be in the red section of the network, and these aren't, so I need another roboport down here. I like to get them spread as far apart as possible so it makes a perfect grid, not necessarily because I care so much about the grid being perfect, but just because it's an efficient use of the roboports. So now that I built this here, these chests are in the logistics network, so the construction bots can grab things out of them to build these ghosts that I have, and the logistics bots can grab them to give them to me because I told them that I want 300. So now anywhere that's within the construction or the logistics area can now be supplied to me or built using anything that's in the logistics area. So yeah, that's a little confusing. Any chests that are in the logistics area can now be used to build anything that's within the construction area. That also means that this is building the old style of smelting that I don't want. So forget that, and now the construction robots will come and take this apart and build it like that instead. And another really nice thing about the construction bots is, see all these trees that are in my way and this rock? I can mark it for removal, and once they're done taking apart everything else, they'll come and take the trees away. Hooray! 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 Well, I guess they're probably going to be building that stuff too, but anyway, they'll get to it eventually, especially once I get more bots. And so if I hover over this RoboPort, or any RoboPort, it will tell me on the right, I have 22 logistics bots and 18 construction bots, and it says how many are total on the far right and how many are available on the left. So basically all of my construction bots are busy, most of my logistics bots are busy, but not all of them. And I can also have these guys keep me stocked on some essentials. What else do I need? I like to have those, and that's probably all I need for now, but this, oh yeah, I also like to have a stack of copper and iron and steel, and I want to always, always, always throw away any wood I have. So what this is saying is if I have, if there's a number on it, then it's saying if I have more than that number, throw it away. If there's no number on it, it's saying always throw away any of it I pick up. I generally don't need iron ore or copper ore in my pockets, or I sometimes want stone and I sometimes want coal, so I'll allow them to keep a stack of it in my pockets, otherwise get rid of it. And always get rid of sulfur, always get rid of uranium, always get rid of, what else? Fish. I don't really intend to be getting fish, but basically some things are just annoying. They just keep ending up in your pockets and you're just like, I wish it wasn't wasting that space. And that's what this auto trash is for. I get lots of these small electric poles. I don't need them, but I do sometimes like to have a few. Okay, that's probably good for now as far as auto trash. I may add some more things later. Oh yeah, and one more thing I want them to bring me is actually a few more things I want them to bring me. Gears and green chips, and later on when I get more space I will add more things. But gears especially are something that are annoying to have to craft all the time. So they're stealing my wood from me, and if I had a requester chest, it would be a smart chest that requests items. So if there's no pressing need for something, the robots just have to put it somewhere. They'll put it in the storage chest. But you can also use requester chests, which I don't have access to yet, to tell the robots, hey, bring me this item. It's kind of like this, telling the logistics bots to bring me this, except the requester chest tells the robots to bring it to the chest itself, which will become really useful later on, and I will we'll get into that once I finally get that. So our production of red chips has died, and the reason for that is because we're using all of our copper pretty much on green and red chips. Yeah, I think I said a video or two ago how much copper green chips use, and they use a ton. So I think it's time to increase the production of copper. But I got really distracted explaining a bunch of things, and this video has gone on far too long. So I think it's time to end it here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you found it entertaining. And so we will see you next time, where we'll probably increase the copper production as well as some steel production, it looks like, and some green chip production perhaps. But we'll see what happens. Maybe they'll be able to make enough of these once we get copper improved. Anyway, thanks. See you next time. Bye-bye.